Hey, it's Clay at ClayTrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, a couple clarifications. Number one, I'm trading futures. If you don't know what futures are, I'll put a link down below to a totally free 4-part series that'll walk through the futures market and how it all works. And then second, I am day trading futures through a prop firm. What is a prop firm? How does a prop firm work? Which prop firm am I using? You can find all that at the link you see at the top of the screen. I'll also put it down in the description area. But in a nutshell, in summary, oh boy, we're off to a rough start already. But in summary, a prop firm is a way for you to put very little of your own capital at risk, and then you have a whole lot of upside potential. So if that sounds like something that could be of value to you, then like I said, check out that link. And I'm sorry, this is a truly live video, so I'm trying to watch and make a decision as I might want to take a trade right here, but I was trying to still do the introduction to the video. So hence me stumbling over my words and not being able to get to it. But yes, this is truly live. This is not a voiceover. You know, I'm not coming back after everything's already happened. This is happening right now, spur of the moment. So yes, I apologize for my stumbling and bumbling introduction there. Now, one thing about futures though is, and one of the cool things, basically open around the clock. They're open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. So a lot of this came from quote unquote last night. So as of the recording of this, majority of these gains came from, like I said, last night. And now it's just a question of, can I find some more trades here? So I will pause. I'm thinking about maybe a short, looking kind of weak here, but we'll see what happens. So I'll keep a close eye on it, but I'll pause the screen recording software for now. All right, market is open. Thinking about a long here, looking like it might want to make a pop up, but I'm starting small. Starting to come back down, so. In long, just starting small. Blue line is my average price. Getting close to trying to get back up above it. Trying to bounce here. Yeah, that one wasn't going totally according to plan. Nothing really terrible, but I thought, you know what, you can always restart. So that's what I'm gonna do down here. Gonna buy at that green line. If this move wants to come down, I'll try to get long right there. And we can start the sequence over again. So, all right, I will pause. Now, if this thing starts to bounce a little bit, I will be more so short biased. I think that this is an overall downtrend, so I'm going to try to trust the trend on it. If I want to bounce up a bit more here. Now, if this thing decides to just go straight up, it will be a painful trade. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's what's likely to happen, but there's no guarantee, so it could happen. But again, just going to start small. There we go. There we go. Nice little scalp there. Again, if it comes back up, I will just restart the sequence again. My next first entry point will be up there at this point. All right, there we go. So just letting some little scalp start off. Now there's always give and take. I'm choosing to start small, and because I was correct immediately, yeah, my gain wasn't as big as if I had just gone all in from the get-go. Yeah, so but sometimes if it goes against you, then you'll be very happy that you started small because you have opened up the gates of flexibility within your trade. Well, I'll cancel that out. It's looking like it's not going to come back up. So yes, there's always give and take. If you start small and then it goes in your favor right away, your hindsight voices, you'll be regretting that decision. But If it goes against you more and you have flexibility, you'll be very happy that you decided to start small. And I'm going to try and buy down at that green line right there. So I'll pause for now. All right, I apologize if my mic all of a sudden got louder, but I think it was started off kind of low. So if you had to turn up your volume, I probably just blew out your eardrums, but I apologize for that. Somehow my mic got adjusted down. But anyways, we will, let's see if this thing can get down to the green line here. For my initial entry point. All right, I'll pause. And I'm going to look to, again, get short right there just to start small. Really does seem like the selling pressure is pretty intense on this one. Again, just being patient for my next ad. Come on. I'm going to see if it wants to make that push back down. Being patient. And let's see if this is finally the movement where it wants to. Now this area here is getting pretty strong. You know, I'm short, so I want to see the price go down below that blue line. That is a good thing. Okay, adding some more here. So these are the moments where I'm glad I started small because I'm needing some flexibility here. Got some more. Again, blue line is my average price. Still only have 8 contracts, so nothing huge. But I'm trusting the overall trend here. If I'm wrong, it'll be a painful trade, but trying to go with the trend, trust the trend, and think that this thing will eventually make, not necessarily go to new lows, but I don't need it to go to new lows or anything to still make money. Put out some orders there, just in case it decides all of a sudden snap down. It's trying. Got those ones out. Got those ones out. Got those ones out. So now I'm just going to let this one cook. So put my stop right there. Put my next target down here. Yeah, this will be a green trade. Now it's just a matter of how big of a green trade because I don't know how much down this thing's going to go. So that's the sweet spot of trading. My only stress right now is how much money am I going to make? Again, I don't know the future. I have no idea how far down this might go, which is a good problem because therefore I don't know how much money I'm going to make. All right, stopped out there. So that one worked out nice. Again, trusted the trend, was positioned to make even more money had it continued, but as we're seeing here, it did not continue. It bounced back up, but yeah, sometimes you just got to trust the trend, and that's what I did there. And again, that was the benefit of starting small, was I had plenty of flexibility in that trade, and now it comes back down, but oh well. All right, I'll pause. All right, I'm now going to try some longs here. Seems to be getting a bit overdone here. Yeah, you could call this catching a knife, but I'm trying to do it very responsibly by starting very small. Now, if I nail the bottom, I'll be upset that I started small, but do I just go short if this thing? Yeah, let's listen about. Let's just keep going with the trend here. Bit of a bounce here. Come on. Would like to try to get my first fill up around this pink line here. All right, I'll pause. We're out of the video. Oh, wow, we're at 11 minutes already? Okay, I'll pause. All right, I'll get short there if it wants to come back down. I'm still going to just start small, and I'm in. Okay, out there. Once again, I started small, so a little disappointed, but that's always hindsight. And the previous trade, I was very happy I started small on that one. Bummer, but like I said, you can always get back in. Just drawing in a play here. I just want to make my chat aware of it, make sure they're seeing this. Could be a nice trade, so let me get that. Let's throw that into the if you're not familiar, I do have a private chat. There we go. Let's see what happens. Potentially interested in a short if it comes down there and breaks through that trend line, but we'll have to see if that happens. So I'll pause. All right, I am thinking of about a somewhat dangerous trade here, but I do think that there's some good upwards momentum here, so it could work out just fine, but I'm not going to try to overstay my welcome, but I like the momentum that just showed up. Let's see if we can get some more of it. Give it a little bit of a chance to pull back. Okay, and like I said, dangerous trade. Out there. So 150, but that it pulled back, not enough to spook me out, but it did pull back enough to make me, okay, maybe that wasn't as good of a, this isn't as good of a move as what I thought it was. So again, not enough to knock me out of the trade, but enough to make me not want to hold as aggressively as what I was thinking. So still $150, so it's not like, all right, well, there it goes. Well, so I was right, broadly speaking, but broadly speaking, it's not good enough in trading because in the nuances of the trade, as we just witnessed, because it pulled back a little bit more than what I thought, I was like, okay, I better, again, I don't need to get out, but I'm not going to be as aggressive with, looking for the move. Not that I still will not be holding at this point because this has basically been a 20-point move, but yeah. Oh, well, it happens. I'll pause. All right, I am back to now being interested in trying to build a short position. Okay, in just starting small once again. Well, I had to take that out. It was came down, but if it wants to come back up, I can start the sequence again. My next first order I'll put right there. So let's see if it pops back up. I'll pause. All right, I'm liking this setup here. I'm in, I'm out. There we go. That's a nice little scalp. So right there, 345, just like that. If you remember right, that was at 150. So I'll take that all day long. No such thing as easy money, don't get me wrong, but I like that trade. I'll put it that way. All right, I'll pause. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. Before I go, though, I do want to personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you are a beginner trader, struggling trader, then I'm very confident that this class will give you some great things to think about and consider. Now, if you're a battle-hardened veteran with a rock-solid strategy, you are welcome to attend, but my confidence level drops that you're going to necessarily get anything from this, but I suppose you never know. But yes, in the categories of beginner trader or newer trader, like I said, I have very high confidence levels that this will help you out in one way or another. So definitely get signed up for it. You can go to claytrader.com/live or just check out the link in the description area to learn when the next live class is. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Have a good one.